I meant the music.
Right?
Give me the fucking address.
Girl directions. Yeah, buddy. That's how I give directions. I don't even give directions. I'm like, you ain't got a GPS, man. Ooh, there's Wingman in the chat.
Let me turn you down. I turned it up. You're way too loud now.
I'm loud as shit. Anyway. Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Don't you know? I'm just loud, fam.
Right. So what's been up?
Man.
How was last week? I totally didn't even tune in or anything.
Oh.
I was out in ranch land.
I won't hold it against you, man. It was fun. It was fun. I love chatting with Severe.
Right.
I do. I wonder, are we good on Foxhole? Can you check and see?
Let's see.
Streamlabs says we're online, but you know, I don't trust shit.
Man, Foxhole just moves so slow for me. Oh shit. Yeah, we're live on Foxhole.
Okay, perfect. Alright.
Just let me know when I have to stop talking.
Shut the fuck up, Tyler! Right, this is my shit.
I can't even hear it. I just have to pretend like
yeah, just pretend.
Cover up and tell the people go Brandon. But we know what they saying though. You can hear the chant in every post. Don't nobody want this commie cause we not in China. Everybody hated Trump and now they out to catch a body. That's what they get for treating us like we in Squid Games. Green light mandate like he's insane. These times people waking up to everything. Go Brandon, but we all know what the saying mean. Let's go Brandon. Let's go Brandon. You know.
I just thought that'd be funny, right? Let's go Brandon, right?
It is funny. I mean, think about that reporter.
Can you imagine?
She never in a million years would have guessed that what she said would go viral.
Oh, right. I mean, but for you to say it in the first place, like you know better.
I give her credit for being on her toes.
Yeah, I mean,
thinking quick.
Fair enough.
Like,
fair enough.
I give her credit for
right?
that. Like,
but come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. Right?
No excuses for that.
Yeah.
What is up, people? Hi. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to some freaking trivia, yo. With our bestest Tylena. Look at all these folks in here. What up, Woke, Melody? I got the Wingman in the house and in the house, right? Frightening Me, Greg Herrera. Good to see you guys. Cads Potter. I saw Suki.
Maria's here.
Oh, hi, Maria.
What's up, Maria?
Good to see you.
I have the last question I have, Maria, is actually dedicated to you. You don't even know it.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Right? Oh, what's going on in the Foxhole here? Good to see you guys. I know Suki was here. Rapture ready. Nice to see you. Bella, Mist in the mountains. Hello, 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 family. So welcome back. Welcome back, Tylena. Thank you, Bella, for the cookie. Much love. Um, how was SETI?
It was great. It was great. A lot of hard work. It was cold. We had some fun. Did some squatching. Saw some UFOs.
Squatching.
Right.
Tell
Yeah.
tell me tell me something happened, Tyler.
I mean, nothing crazy.
You didn't
Didn't.
catch one with some peanut butter or something? Ain't that how that
No,
works?
we did. The last day we were there, we went to a place called Natural Bridge. It's a natural land bridge formed by some old lava tubes, but that area is like stereotypical. Anytime you've seen a video of a Sasquatch sighting, that's where it came from, type of area.
Right.
Just
Well, of
perfect for it.
course, of course.
And we heard some. I saw. We There was one area where it's really suspicious. All these big logs laid across this road that is back in the woods. That was an old logging road, right?
Right.
And it's almost like every so many feet there was a tree laying across. Sometimes it was literally a broken off log that was placed there. There was nothing on either end of it. Like it didn't even fall there. Like something had to put it there.
Right.
Like they didn't want something driving in back in that area. So that was suspicious. And then there was a very distinct tree break. We see tree breaks naturally all the time. I know it's like not really conclusive, but this one in particular looked like somebody took a green tree that was not dead or anything,
Right.
and it looked like it was bent,
Like
like
just manhandled it.
manhandled and bent. It was so green it didn't even break. It was just bent,
Oh, that's weird.
totally bent in half. Like
Man.
it didn't fall, it didn't break, it didn't get struck by lightning. Something just took this thing and it was green because you couldn't
Right.
do that. Broken a dead tree would have broke.
Right.
That was cool. We heard some calls that are two things: either some dude was out in the woods with a call, like blowing through some call, or this was a totally
Like Duck
unknown.
Dynasty out there with some somebody needs to make a Squatch call.
No, there
Like
is.
the duck. Oh, they
They
got him?
have them. Oh yeah,
What?
they literally. I actually have one.
Can we get a reality show, please? About
Somebody
the people
bought
that made the Squatch calls. That's what I'm saying.
somebody bought me one, and it literally sounds like shit. It sounds like nothing like anything. Like you just scare away anything. You know?
Right. Like we're here, go the other way. Thank you,
Right.
Joan of Sark, for the cookie. What are they? Why are they always moving wood around, man? Like they don't got nothing better to be doing. Just
I
moving
don't
piles
know.
of wood. Every time I hear a
Yeah.
Squatch story, it's always about some weird wood, accumulations. I'm like, don't they have anything else to be doing? Right?
I
Thanks,
don't.
Norm, for the can. What up, fam?
I don't actually know. I don't actually
Right?
know.
I
Um.
heard that you may have helped out a wayward soul, a lost spirit.
Oh man. Guys, I just told this whole story before we went on
Oh,
air
you got
about
to
this.
tell it again. It was a good story, though.
I will say at the time it didn't seem as significant as it does reflecting back on it.
Right.
So we went into this area of the property. I have to leave some details out now, telling it publicly.
That's
But
fine.
we went into this area of the property where allegedly according to James, at some point in time, there was a girl that was tied to this tree and she was killed or murdered on this tree. And her soul, her spirit, I guess, was haunting that area. There was a lot of strange happenings there. And eventually, James cut down the tree. Man, I'm like, all the excitement of that story was in the first part, first time I told it. So anyway, James, I don't know how they ended up figuring out that there was a girl that was killed in this tree, right?
Right.
And but anyway, there was a lot of weird, strange activity, like some negative energy in that area that was finally cleared. Laura Van Tyne came out to the property and she was tapping into it and she saw this tree. She basically explained everything everything James already knew, but she didn't know. She wasn't front loaded with the information. And she saw this tree and this girl, but she saw the tree in three pieces. And James like, well, yeah, that actually happened. The girl was tied to this tree, whatever. And she's like, well, why am I seeing three pieces? He goes, because we cut it down and it's laying on the ground in 3 pieces right now.
That's crazy.
So anyway, they did this whole clearing and they left gifts for this girl, and I assume they transitioned her soul. But even James still to this day says there's some weird energy, some activity in that area. So that's where we went squatching.
Right. Well, of course.
Nobody wanted to go. James was trying to talk us out of it. He was trying to talk us out of it. He's like, man, he was telling us all these scary stories from that area. And he's like, you guys go ahead. I've seen enough. I don't need to go back and experience it.
Right. Like, I'm done. I'm good.
So it was so dark. There was no moon. We couldn't even, when the flashlight was off, you could literally couldn't see the person in front of you, type of dark,
Right.
And we're going through the woods. The river's right next to us, and we're following this trail. First of all, somehow James didn't put it there, but on the trail, there was like these sticks, like this, basically all stacked up, blocking the path.
Wood piles, man.
Literally one. So it was like these two branches leaned up like this, and then there was one across it, like set on there, like across it, like do not enter. So we did some clearings. We put up some protection. We asked for permission. Literally immediately when we asked for permission, we looked up and saw a UFO. I swear, there's no joke. Like, we looked up and this thing's flying overhead. I'm like, okay, we're gonna take that as a sign. So we proceeded, we took it down and proceeded forward.
Well, that kind of explains the rest of the story. By all means, continue.
We took it down, proceeded forward. Everything felt fine. We were kind of walking a little bit with the flashlight. Then we turn it off and just hang out and listen. Everything felt good. It was like a high vibe and everything. We got to a certain area where I noticed literally it looked like a triangle. Like a triangle was built out of sticks, like branches, like by this tree. It was like Blair Witch type stuff. It was just like out of place.
Of course.
So
in the dark, in the woods, of course, it's Blair Witch. By all means.
That's what it reminded me of. I'm like, you don't just come across this triangle made out of sticks.
Creepy as shit, right?
But it was big. But it was big, actually. It was big. We noticed it. Aaron and Maria stayed back, and I walked forward over to it. I had to step over this log and walk, and I'm standing by it. We had all the lights out, and I'm just standing there. And I swear to God, I felt like something touched me right in the left butt cheek. And I said, Aaron, shine your light over here. It freaked me out. I was like, Aaron, shine your light over here. Cause I was hoping like whatever it was, the light would scare it away. Right. And I just got this really weird feeling. And I walked back and I told him, I was like, I'm not going to lie. They actually scared me,
Why are Squatches always grabbing your ass, Tylena? This is what inquiring minds want to know, man.
I don't know. I don't think this was a Squatch. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was something that didn't want us there. I don't think so. I started finally getting a feeling like, okay, we shouldn't go any further.
Right.
And like I say whenever I'm watching the TV shows and they're like, guys, like, I don't think they want us to go there. I get mad on my couch. I'm like, no, go. I like, everybody wants to see him go. And whenever you're there getting that actual energetic hit, you're getting like a warning sign. There's something
for sure.
Very clearly. I just didn't feel like we should go any further. So I said, let's all meditate and like think of the most positive stuff that we can just to try and clear this. So we did. And it was kind of beautiful, but at the same time, while I was doing that, I literally saw a vision of this dark apparition. It could have been, I don't know, it could have been anything, like project itself at me almost from the direction that I was feeling that energy, almost like get out of here.
Yeah,
type
it's
of
like deuces, fam. That's when you got yeah.
Yeah, and I kept saying it. I kept telling them, I was like, I felt the whole time I felt good. This is the first time I've got a feeling like we should go back. So right at that time, we hear some branches breaking and stuff, and we're like, what the hell is that? And Aaron shines a light, and there's a big buck, a deer, standing there on the path that we just came from, and it's looking right at us. And it actually scared Aaron when the light hit it, because we wasn't expecting to see anything. It's so dark out there. And what did Maria say? Tyler got spooked and walked back to Aaron and I. It's true. I did. I did. So we saw this buck, and then Aaron turned the light off. And I said, Aaron, turn the light back on. I want to see it again. And literally it was gone. Like, we didn't hear it walk away. We didn't see it go anywhere. But at the time we didn't put much thought into it, but it was weird. Like I even mentioned, I'm like, where did it go? Like, where, like,
just,
I was like, maybe
you didn't hear it leave or nothing. Just dipped.
Maybe so I just wrote it off. Maybe it snuck off. And then I was like, whoa, shit, did you guys see that? Because while I was looking for a deer, I saw what I thought was a like snake or something move over this tree.
Right.
And I know I wasn't seeing things because it literally knocked the pine needles down, and I watched the pine needles
Right.
fall. So something was there, and they're like, what was it? I was like, I think it was a snake, but I don't know. Like it moved too fast. It was literally just so fast.
Right.
And so we ended up walking back, and we're telling James about it. And he said, oh, you ever seen that show People of Earth? They always see the
Yeah.
projection. I
Yep.
never seen it. What happens in the show?
It's such a good show. It was on HBO. It's such a good show. Anytime they abduct somebody, they automatically give them this projection, like of a screen image of like a deer. Like if they're they think that they stopped their car for a deer, or they think they hit a deer. Like it's always something with a deer. They think they saw a deer or whatever. They just program it right into their heads.
Right.
Like and I
Right.
mean
So
people that get abducted, like a lot of time, like there is some lore around screen images
screen,
of deer, like
yeah.
with abductions. And you
So
thought you saw that UFO? I don't know, Tyler.
yeah. Right. So oh yeah, we
Maybe
saw
there
we
was a little bit more than ass grabbing going on. I don't know. Could have been
well
anal probes. We don't know.
we went back to where James the house, and we told James about it, and he did a tipping. Like he does his
Mm.
table where he connects and tips, and we did. He wanted to do a clearing mainly just to make sure we weren't bringing anything back with us. And
Yeah, right.
he
Like not in
tipped
my
on it.
house, man.
He tipped on it. You know, he's always connecting, and he gets pretty accurate information most of the time. And he was asking, like, was that an actual deer that they saw? And it said no. It was literally like, no, that was not a deer. It's like, was that a snake that Tyler saw? It was like, no. It was everything was coming through. No, it wasn't a snake. It wasn't a deer. Like,
Yeah.
was it something else? And like, yes, it was a Bigfoot. No, was it? It was apparently, which I don't know how they've gotten this information, but people have tapped into it. Remote viewers, psychics, they see something literally living, like some type of a creature living underground in that area,
Ooh.
and like not good, like something like physically, not in another dimension.
Right.
People have like remote viewed it and stuff and seen it. And what he was getting is that it was one of them,
One of those
whatever,
things.
one of those things. And we did a clearing and everything, and got the hell
I
out of
hear
there.
gnomes can move pretty fast. Like I used to laugh, but now there are like and they could be CGI or whatever, I guess. But there's so many videos of these like little gnome-looking creatures, like from all
Right.
over the world or whatever, and they're apparently not good things, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Crazy times, man. Crazy
That's not
times.
even, you made me tell a story I didn't even want to tell, because I have even trippier story, but I'll wait. We can get into some questions. And
Well, let me thank you, Curly Kaylee, for the cookies. Much love to you. Guys, I thank you so much for the gold pill donations. If you want to donate directly, you can go to loyal2thefoil.com, or my Cash App is in the description below. If you like to hear Ask Grab and Tyler stories, do feel free to throw in. Thanks. Thank you, Joyful June, for the cookie. Much love to you. Yeah, I love to hear your ESETI stories, man. Right? Uh,
right.
Hopefully, Alara and I will be having some crazy stories to share soon. All right, we're gonna go out and look for some weird shit in the, alien hunting. Who knows what we might
Right
find?
on. Well, here's what I learned. When you go out looking, the stuff that you don't want to find finds you. But whenever you're
Oh,
not looking, the stuff that you want to find
right.
shows up. You know, that's how it works. Like they say, you'll never find Sasquatch, they'll find you. Like if they want you to see them, they will. You're not going to go
This
out
is a good.
and
This is a valid point, man. Valid point. Yes, and Wabbits. What up, UFO Mark? Right? David Bowie. Hey, Matt Smith. Uh, yeah, buddy. Well, you want to do the damn thing?
let's do it.
All right.
My first question actually ties into with the story.
By
the
all
other story.
means.
So I'll do, but if you guys don't mind, I'll just tell it real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell the story.
So I had a layover at Denver Airport. Go figure, right?
Man.
First of all, my flight time had my boarding pass, my email, everything said I was landing in St. Louis at 8:56 local time, 8:56 p.m. local time. Had a layover in Denver. I even had to get my boarding pass reprinted to get my seat on it. Still 8:56 landing local time, right? So before I did that, I was walking to the airport. I saw something that I took a picture of, which pertains to the first question, actually. So I
Ooh.
won't tell you what I took a picture of yet. But I took a picture of something. I actually turned back around because it caught my attention. I was thinking about it to walk back and take a picture of it. And then anyway, ate some food, boarded the flight. Every pilot was like, "Oh, looks like we're going to be on time, if not a few minutes early." I had my ride waiting for me in St. Louis. Yeah, be there at 9 o'clock. We landed 8:56. I sent the information, and it was all good. So we landed on time. I look at my finally turn my phone back on. It's 10 o'clock at night, and no one else seems to be like concerned or like, "Oh shit, we landed late." I'm like,
Where'd the time go?
right. I'm like, it's 10 o'clock at night. And I finally got all these texts from my friends like, dude, where are you? Been driving around for an hour. I'm trying to get a hold of you. But I'm like, I'm like, what time is it? He's like, it's 10 o'clock. I'm like, holy shit. I said, I sent him a picture of the boarding pass. I'm like, it's 8:56. And they just said we landed on time. No one else seemed to be weirded out by it. Right. So then the flight attendant says, all your luggage is going to be in carousel 6. And I said, okay. So I was like, and it's weird because I don't ever remember him specifically telling you which carousel it's going to be on. You usually have to go look. And so I went and I'm waiting at carousel 6 and it says luggage arriving from Newark, New Jersey. And I'm like, oh shit, maybe she was wrong. But everybody from my plane was standing there. But it said New Jersey, and I walk around all the other ones looking for the Denver one, right?
Right.
And I finally, after like way too long, walked back to the New Jersey one, and there my bag was. So I grabbed my bag. I'm like, why is this flight never came from New Jersey? It was from Denver. So I thought it was just a mistake, right? So then I'm already tripping out about the time. Then this is like from New Jersey. It's a flight from New Jersey. I'm like, this is weird. I was literally tripping at this point. So then I go to write this question for the trivia. In particular, I took a picture of it, having this in mind, and the picture is not on my phone. The picture I took at Denver Airport is not on my phone. I looked 100 times.
You sure you didn't go to Newark, man?
I'm positive I was at Denver International Airport. It was like this crazy time loop mind fuck. I don't know what happened, but it was the weirdest ride home.
Bruh. Right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, anything can happen when you're coming out of Denver. Thank you, Dodie Danny, for the cookie. Much love to you.
All right.
Yeah, Denver's wild. That is weird, though. That
Go
is a
ahead and
weird
ask me.
story.
Go ahead and ask me a question.
All right. All right.
Sorry, guys. I just took up the whole first 15 minutes with stories, but if Foil wanted to
I
hear.
like stories. I love to hear stories, right? All right. Here we go. What city laid off its official city wizard recently after 23 years of service? I know, right? Is it A, Brisbane, Australia, B, Accra, Ghana, C, Christchurch, New Zealand, or D, Oslo, Norway?
It's not Waldoville.
No, imagine, right? Official city wizard, no joke, right?
I literally, I'm guessing. I'm going to say Australia just because it's crazy as fuck there right now.
Right? Right? They felt like they didn't need the local wizard anymore, right? They got the New World Order's got shit under control. Right? I'm going to read the options one more time for the peeps. A, Brisbane, Australia, B, Accra, Ghana, C, Christchurch, New Zealand, or D, Oslo, Norway. Yes, city wizard, people, not even joking.
That's funny.
Right? Isn't that great? I was like, what? They had what? Right?
People are saying parallel universe, time zone possibility. Yeah, I thought about the time zone possibility, but when have you ever flown where it doesn't show the local landing time? Every single time I've ever flown, it's the local landing time on the boarding pass. They don't show any other time zones.
No, and that wouldn't explain your carousel either.
And no one else was like, I don't know. I was tripping.
Let's see. Oh, I see everybody guessing different. It was Christchurch, New Zealand, right? So apparently Christchurch, New Zealand had, for the past 23 years, has had an official city wizard. This guy, thank you, Summer Sunshine, for the super chat. Much love to you. This dude's name Ian Brackenberry Channel, right? And unfortunately, now the city finds itself completely undefended against, mystical attacks by, I don't know, whatever, dragons and goblins and shit. Maybe outraged bands of rogue magicians. We don't know, right?
Well, let's just be real. Wizards are real.
No, listen, they paid this cat 16,000 New Zealand dollars a year for the past 23 years to be the official city wizard, and then they just, I don't know if he wouldn't get the, I don't know if he wouldn't get, I don't know why they fired him. Maybe he wasn't down with the mandates.
We all need an official city wizard because
bruh,
there's black magic happening, and
right?
it would not be a bad idea to have a wizard blocking spells.
Right. Apparently, his contract said that he was to provide acts of wizardry and other wizard-like services as part of promotional work for the city of Christchurch. And they told him that now they're just going to go with new and different promotional programs that that reflect their diverse community. Apparently, they just weren't down with the wizardry anymore, which I personally think is a shame. That's freaking crazy, right? Yeah.
Right.
23 years as the official city wizard, and they just kicked him out of his ass, man.
Poor guy.
Right? Poor guy.
He can go be Waldo's wizard.
Official city wizard. I saw that shit. I was like, what?
All right, you ready for this?
Bring it.
Let me pull it up. Hang on. All right. The ancient Navajo term, I don't know how to say this, so just pardon me. I'm going to butcher this. The ancient Navajo term, the Neninichi, meaning Tallow River, appears randomly etched in the floor at the Denver International Airport. Many people believe this term has a double meaning, claiming that it was placed to forewarn civilians of what well-known terrorist attack.
Ooh.
I'll read it again. The ancient Navajo term Nenenichi, meaning Tallow River, appears randomly etched in the floor at the Denver International Airport. Many people believe this term has a double meaning, claiming that it was placed to forewarn civilians of what well-known terrorist attack. A, the Boston Marathon bombing. B, 9/11. C, the 2017 Las Vegas shooting. Or D, the 2021 opening of the U.S.-Mexico border.
D. Definitely D. Is that what you got a picture of?
Yeah.
And it's just gone now.
It's just
I know all
gone.
about weird phone things after weird experiences. I just was telling Laura today. I'm like, I cannot get that freaking phone open. Thank you, Kaboomer, for the can. Much love. Good to see ya. I'm going to go with 9/11. Honestly, I have no idea.
Right.
Tallow River, huh?
Yeah, Boston Marathon bombing, 9/11, the 2017 Vegas shooting, and the 2021 opening of the U.S.-Mexico border. That is a terrorist attack, by the way.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So,
do they have a wizard retirement program? Yeah, he gets no benefits, man. No benefits.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm seeing B, A.
It's B, 9/11.
Oh.
So, what they're claiming is the way it's spelled is really weird, and it's an ancient language that's not used anywhere. And if you take every third letter, it literally says 9/11. And it's like, I don't know, it's reading between the lines. But it also it also means the Navajo River. And then I was in the rabbit hole, right? And somebody looked up the Tallow River, where the Tallow River is near Denver Airport. And in particular, the Tallow River, there's these 3 strange reservoirs there, just out of the blue. They're just totally out of place. They don't know what they're holding in these reservoirs, right? And then it's just strange. No, I don't know. It's just weird. Why would they point to that river and then there's reservoirs there? And then there's a second half of that story, but I can't tell you that until another question. So.
I gotcha. They just carved it into the floor there.
Well, yeah, there's all kinds of like organs and body parts and dinosaur bones and like what look like reptilian hands and scales, like all stamped in the floor. at the end, and literally all the pedophile symbols, all the little circles, children's handprints, like literally somebody took a child's hand and stamped it into the floor. It's pretty sick, actually.
Man, that place sounds just terrible.
So, and then this was etched in the floor right there. First thing I'm thinking of is like 3 reservoirs of like adrenochrome or something.
Thumper Rose said, "Are they're man-made reservoirs or what?"
Yeah, man-made. Yeah, man-made.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Yeah, wild. All right, I got one for you. In 2009, which journalist filed criminal charges against several of the world's elite, alleging a plot to carry out mass genocide through a manufactured pandemic and forced vaccination? Was it A, Jane Burgermeister, B, Owen Schroyer, C, Alex Jones, or D, Jesse Ventura?
I kind of liked the actual game better because I knew the answer to some of those questions. I don't know any of your questions.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, we are now writing the questions, guys. If you want to submit some, feel free to email them loyal2thefoil@protonmail.com.
Read the question one more time, please.
Okay. In 2009, which journalist filed criminal charges against several of the world's elite, alleging a plot, in 2009, mind you, to carry out mass genocide through a manufactured pandemic and forced vaccination?
Ventura.
D, final answer.
Yeah.
And then was A, Jane Burgermeister, B, Owen Schroyer, C, Alex Jones, D, Jesse Ventura. Thank you for the shades, Amy Jo. Much love. Start a cookie fight, guys. Feel free.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, okay. Let's see what the people are saying. Jesse, I see a lot of people. Alex Jones was right. Could be Jesse, though. Yeah, could be. Foil of Walmart.
What is that about?
Alara asked me if I got my nails done at Walmart. I'm like, no. Now I'm apparently foil of Walmart. No, I did not get my nails done.
That's a compliment. I'd take that as a compliment.
Foil of Walmart? Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Let's see.
Did you buy that straight at Walmart?
Right? Yeah, I buy everything at Walmart, right? And that's what we're just going to go with.
Right.
All right.
What is it? Looks like people think it's D.
It is A. Jane Burgermeister. Yeah, listen. So apparently in 2009, Austrian journalist Jane Burgermeister filed criminal charges with the FBI against the WHO, the UN, Barack Obama, David Rothschild, David Rockefeller, George Soros, the FDA, and several medical and pharmaceutical laboratories over a plot she uncovered to call the population with a deadly vaccine. Her document was called Bioterrorism Evidence.
Is she still alive?
I don't know. I should have looked
that up. There's no possible way.
Right? Right? Well, if she's not alive, we know what happened, man. We know what happened.
Toe with these people and like without repercussions.
She said that there was proof that the WHO and the UN and then vaccine companies like Baxter and Novartis were part of a single system under the control of a core criminal group that gave that had strategic leadership and that funded the development, manufacturing, and release of artificial viruses in order to justify mass vaccinations. Obviously, to eliminate people. And then, man, there's a lot of information on this here. She literally filed these charges, said that they aim to introduce a new North American Union, including Canada and Mexico, under the authority of the Federal Reserve and patrolled by UN troops to maximize their political and economic control of the U.S. Right?
Well, she was right.
In 2009, right? I don't know if she's alive. I don't know what happened with the case, but I will find out. We may need to discuss this further, man. Summer
Sunshine said, "I owe that woman a drink." Right. We owe all the Southwest pilots a drink. Right?
Man, kudos to them. They the real MVPs, man. Yeah, kudos to those guys.
Of course, that happened right whenever I was flying. So like the airport was like clogged. All the other terminals were clogged because all those people had to take other airlines now.
I bet.
And it jacked up the price of all the flights because they can do that whenever there's demand. Man.
Right?
Um,
Jackasses. Hey, Wonder Mod, good to see you. Yeah, Jane Burgermeister from Austria.
maybe
And
she made up that fake last name so she wouldn't get caught.
Burgermeister, I know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
I thought
Ready?
that was crazy. Yeah, bring it.
Yeah. People who watched our episode last night on Journey to Truth will know the answer to this if they were listening. Question 2 of mine. Mystery vessel Elon Musk claims, you know this how I've referred to him. Mystery vessel Elon Musk claims he can get humans to Mars in 70 days. According to a peer-reviewed NASA study, this is only possible with what type of technology?
Ooh.
A, mass reduction device. B, electromagnetic drive. C, H.G. Wells time machine. Or D, compact fusion reactor. So, mystery vessel Elon Musk claims he can get humans to Mars in 70 days. According to a peer-reviewed NASA study, this is only possible with what type of technology? A, mass reduction device. B, electromagnetic drive. C, H.G. Wells time machine. Or D, compact fusion reactor.
I'm going to go with D, a compact fusion reactor.
That's a good guess.
Yeah, I think the EM drive, if it works, if they can get it to work, it has to build up speed.
Right.
So,
Well,
and
apparently
then
the NASA peer review NASA study admits that it works. They came to the conclusion that the EM drive actually works, and apparently, according to Dan Cooper, he doesn't know, but he says that Elon Musk has to know this because the guy who invented the EM drive claimed that he could get people to Mars in 70 days back in
so
like
it was EM drive.
The answer is EM drive, yeah.
I was wrong. I thought we were going to go with compact fusion.
But
right.
he claimed in like 2000 or 2001 or something, whatever year it was, a while ago, that this technology could get people to Mars in 70 days. Well, now here we are, and why would Elon Musk use the same exact amount of days unless he was privy to this technology, and he's just not making it public?
Oh, man, he's privy to so much shit he ain't making
Well,
public.
of course, right.
Right. Well, I mean, I thought like it took time to build up the speed, but once it built up speed, it actually went really fast and was able to, like, I mean, that they were thinking that they could do, definitely like in maybe even interstellar transport and cutting the times,
right,
by, exponentially. But yeah, I can see that. I know that if once they go to Mars, like the window for them to launch is only like periodically. I think it's like maybe every 2 years they can launch at the proper trajectory to get them there. Like they can't
right,
launch all the time. It's not like they could run like daily shuttles or something. It's
right.
some weird shit. I don't know.
Well, Dan also showed we were discussing patents, one of his own patents and some of the Navy patents and other patents, but he showed the Lockheed Skunk Works, one of their darts, right? It's supposed to be a crash retrieval reproduction. But he said this is, according to him, is a very much been in production for decades and it's used in the secret space program. And he was explaining the picture and explained how the motors work and what type of technology it was. And he said that thing, it's a dart. It's a 1 to 2 person dart that it's cloaked everywhere it goes. It's cloaked. And this is what they buzz around with all the time. It's like a transport vehicle. And he said that thing gets to Mars in 20 minutes. That's the way he just talks, like so matter of factly, but
right.
He's like, yeah, but they have that technology also.
That'd be awesome. I don't know if I'd want to go to Mars, considering there's supposed to be like the spider things there, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I can't. Ain't nobody got time for that, for sure. All right. Which global overlord suggested the use of brain scans as a prerequisite for travel because of COVID-19?
I think I've actually heard this, but go ahead and
Was it A, Bill Gates, B, Klaus Schwab, C, Elon Musk, or D, David Mayer de Rothschild?
I don't know who it is, but I heard the story. I'm gonna guess Klaus Schwab just because he is evil and he's an overlord.
Man, he is the evilest of the overlords. Right?
Right.
Let's see what the peeps think. Yeah, all of the people on that list are sick. Like, these people
Right.
are sick, man. Right? Yeah. So what global overlord literally suggested the use of brain scans as a prerequisite for travel because of the Rona? I see Salvatore saying B, Scott saying B, Inez says D, Santa Claus or the
Yeah.
Rothschild, right? It definitely
Right.
seems like it'd be a toss up between those two. Uh, yeah, guys, it is Klaus. Schwaby Schwab, of course. That man, listen, and not just the brain scans, right? Did you guys see the what is it? A COVID pass, Kovacs pass. What is it that they're now implementing where they'll do blood tests on you, right? And then once you get your blood tested, it uploads, you get the special little QR code, uploads right to the app, and you can do international travel, you can go to concerts. Like, they have now implemented it. As a matter of fact, I just saw the post today that they're rolling it out, right? And it'll
I
be
mean,
internationally accepted. It'll be a streamlined, standardized app. It's not going to be all these different companies making different things. Like, this is the one, right?
I don't like the sound of that.
I know, right? But yeah,
I don't.
Klaus,
Well, Australia, literally, as starting November 13th, if you don't have the vaccine, you're going to get charged five
I
thousand
saw that.
dollars. That's real.
They were talking
That's
about
fucking bullshit.
people
I'll
that
pay it. I have money. I'll pay it. I'll give me $5,000. I'm not getting it.
they were talking about people if you refuse to show your papers, or if you don't have them, that you could do, what was it, like 6 months jail time? Like, they're letting people out at the beginning
Here's
of the pandemic for the Rona, but now they want to lock people up.
right. Yeah. Everybody, yeah, and that was like the most hilarious irony at the beginning of all
Oh,
this.
that was so
They were
stupid.
making everybody wear a mask, but if the masks work, why didn't they just put them on the people in jail instead of letting them out? Like, if you can't figure out at that start point that this wasn't political, then you're not going to figure it out. Maybe
Oh,
eventually. What's funny
ridiculous.
though? Here's my theory: is you'll refuse the vaccine because you don't want it and you pay the fine. I'm not going to do it. But then they throw you in jail. But what's going to happen? They probably won't even let you in jail without getting the vaccine. So they're going
Man,
to like force inject you in jail. Like, I think they're going to. It's all thought out. Like, unless you're like digging a hole right now, trying to escape into a tunnel, unless some miracle happens, which I'm still not throwing that card out. Like, I'm not
right?
throwing that card out. I'm definitely not. Um,
Redfish, you're not alone. 6 months is little time, man.
right. I'll go do it.
Right, little time.
Give me some dry ramen, some Doritos.
Right? Make you some breaks. This is fine. Tesla Dove says Clinton in hospital. These people are sick. Yeah, did you see that today? About old
Oh yeah,
Billy
Clinton.
boy? Yeah,
Yeah, and also
sepsis.
sepsis is what is that? That's actually it's from like an untreated.
Yeah, from an
I
untreated urinary tract infection. It
that's what
got
it
into
is.
his
Yeah.
bloodstream.
Right.
Hey, Morning Flower, thank you for the cookie. Thank you, love. Team Tartaria. Whoop whoop. Right?
Um,
What is going on over here? Why are Matt and Leyland in trouble? Let me see.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Euphomark is on a rampage, I guess.
Yeah, no, they're okay. They're okay. Yeah, all right. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's
All
go,
right.
Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. Right.
What were we just talking about, real quick? Oh, that I wanted to say too. You see the pictures of Tom Cruise floating around where he looks all chunky and chubby now.
No, I have
Yeah,
not.
people are saying it doesn't look like him at all, or like something's weird about him. It's totally.
Oh, because everything was so normal with him before.
I know, but it's like it's off. I'll just say it's off, and like
Right.
just like everybody else right now, it's just off.
Everything is off.
All right, here we go. Many believe the true reason Halloween is celebrated on October 31st is actually because this date coincides with a day of ritual found on the satanic calendar.
Yes.
What secret society is rumored to have been caught performing such rituals on this day? A. Skull and Bones. B. The Knights Templar. C. The Freemasons. Or D. The Justin Bieber fan club.
Definitely Justin Bieber. right?
I'll read
Definitely
it.
Justin Bieber.
I'll read the question one more time for people who didn't hear it. Many people believe the true reason Halloween is celebrated on October 31st is actually because this coincides with a day of ritual found on the satanic calendar. What secret society is rumored to have been caught performing such rituals on this day? A. Skull and Bones. B. The Knights Templar. C. The Freemasons. D. The Justin Bieber fan club.
I'm gonna go with all of the above. Man,
That's what. Whenever I was looking into it,
right?
that's what I thought. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's all of them at some level, right?
Skull and
But
Bones.
Skull and Bones.
Skull and
A. We have
Bones. Right?
A, B, A, C.
Um,
No D's yet.
it is definitely the Justin Bieber fan club. Thank you, Chris Hawkins, for the ship. Much love to you, sir. Glad
Well,
you're here.
whenever the guy, he has a documentary out now. It's just weird.
Who?
Like
The
they
Biebs?
don't, yeah, they don't put that much attention on you for no reason unless you're like a key player in this. I think obviously he's being used, unfortunately, but he's playing a bigger role in their agenda than we might think.
Man, the Biebs is something else. I'll tell you that. Thank you, Amy Joe, for the cookie. Yeah, Clinton definitely needs to clean his man bits. And then thank you, Chris Hawkins, for the cookie. Thank you for the cookies, guys, and the ship. Much
The
love.
answer is A, Skull and Bones.
Ha! Yeah, weirdos at Yale, man, doing weird things on Halloween, All Hallows Eve.
And then you have George Bush like openly talking about it on a talk show.
Buddy.
Like these people are sick, literally.
I'm trying to get Alara to go to a haunted house with me this year. She was like, I don't really do that. And I'm like,
I wouldn't go. I wouldn't even go to a haunted house. Like that's like where these entities hang out.
I get that. I get that. But
whenever you're an experiencer who's like under attack most of the time, and your life has become doing clearings and putting up protection, like, well, here I am going into haunted woods, but
yeah, hold on, wait, back, yeah, right. I'm just talking about some weirdos dressed up like clowns and shit. You are all out in the woods with the screen deers and the Voldemort snakes and who knows what. Right?
And the Blair Witch
Blair Witch shit and the Sasquatches that just like to stack wood.
But whatever. I was going into that with the right intentions, and we were just, more or less just going for a hike. But I wouldn't intentionally go to a haunted house where it just
the kids like to go, and I haven't been in so long. I kind of want to go. Sean Joe says Sam Hain. Yes. Sam Hain. All manner of weird shite happens that night for sure.
Sam Hain, yeah, exactly. Sam Hain or Sam. I think it's Sam Hain or Sam Hain.
Sam Hain, I think. All right. In mythology, right? A blank is a character in a story that exhibits a great deal of intellect or secret knowledges and uses it to cause chaos or otherwise disobey normal rules. So, in mythology, a what is a character that has a great deal of intellect or secret knowledge and then uses that to create chaos or disobey normal rules. Right? Is it A, a psychopomp, B, a trickster, C, a daemon, or D, a nature god?
Man, I'm just going to go with trickster.
Final answer?
Yeah. I don't even know where the trickster term comes from. Maybe we made it up, but I'm going to go with it. It could be the day man. Isn't that from Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I don't know. Daemon, D-A-I-M-O-N.
Oh, Daemon.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said the day man.
The day man. Right, it's definitely the day man. Cat Spotter says an imp. An amp.
I don't know what it is. Just a guess.
Let's see what the people say. They're saying B, C. Right? Frightening Me says trickster spirit. It is a trickster. It is a trickster. Right? There you go, Tylena. Right? Yeah. They're found around the world. Like these same sorts of spirits, these same sorts of legends, regardless of what names. Fauci. Yeah, there you go. Yes. Mm-hmm. You know what? He would be a perfect candidate for that. Actually.
Yeah, he probably is. He looks like
Can
a
you
little
imagine?
rat.
Right?
But
Yeah.
these
Bruh's a
people
trickster.
probably, there's more to everybody than we think.
I know, right? The people that they
Speaking,
trot out in front of us in any case.
right, that segues perfectly into my next
Ah,
question.
look at that.
All right, this is a good one.
The New Zealand wizard. Yes. Him too.
All right, according to me,
According to you.
according to me, the reason Queen Elizabeth only makes public appearances on cloudy days and is always seen wearing a large brim hat and carrying an umbrella even when it's not raining is due to the fact that exposure to sunlight will cause what to happen? A. Spontaneous combustion. B. She'll melt like a witch. C. Her skin will burn and rapidly deteriorate. Or D. Her holographic overlay would malfunction.
Well, according to you, it's probably D.
Well, we'll see what everybody else says. No, but seriously, I literally noticed it and I started looking up pictures of her. I'm like, okay,
She does, though.
you can't find her on a sunny day, and even when it's cloudy, she has a big brimmed hat on and an umbrella and she's wearing gloves, all completely covered from head to toe, except for her face, and it's covered by the hat, the umbrella. No part of her skin is exposed, and she's only anytime she's outside, that's her attire. The only time you ever see her without the hat is indoors. Why? Like there's like something going on there.
Yeah, she might be a vampire, Tiffany. This is true.
Right. Well, we talked about that on our show, and most likely she is. And the answer to the question is C. Her skin will burn and rapidly deteriorate, just like a Dracula would in the sun. Right? Where does that come from? That why vampires can't?
Do we know? Does her bloodline tie to his?
Yeah, that's what we talked about. Yeah, the whole royal family ties back all the way.
Yeah, buddy, might
into
be
that. Yeah,
they might not even. I mean, I always just think lizards, right? But they might actually be
right. Well, the younger offspring. Well, the vampire lizard, like it's all in the same. Like they literally have the same characteristics.
Right.
Their offspring, the younger children and stuff, they might not be so susceptible to they might not be harmed by the UV light like the queen would, the old elderly, because you're losing some of that bloodline every time, I don't know, but the reason I even thought about that is, you guys, have you ever seen the show The Orville?
Oh yeah, like a Star Trek spinoff.
Yeah,
I actually kind of like that show.
Yeah, me too. And they encountered the krill, which is like the vril. But the krill is actually like a depiction of the reptilians. And it's
what's funny? The Star Trek has the trill where they implant that freaking worm looking thing that shares.
Right. And in all this, and if you listen back to our vampire episode, it all goes back to parasites and worms. It all starts with that.
Right.
So, but anyway, the krill, but the vril, is the Nazi society, so, and the Nazis we know are tied in with the Draco, blah, blah. There's no coincidence that it rhymes with vril. But anyway, these krill, what they discover about them, they go, first of all, they have the holographic overlay that makes you appear like as somebody else. You would even trick your own kind. They wouldn't know the difference.
Right.
So that's like a technology that they probably use. They just like some type of a holographic overlay. But when they're on the ship, they notice that they have really dim lighting because they can't, and they come from a planet that's a cloudy planet. They can't be exposed to sunlight. They give the whole history of these krill, right? And then they even walk in. They're even invited to one of the rituals where they're taking a severed human head and they're stabbing it, doing a blood sacrifice ritual. And they're like talking about how disgusting it is. And it's the most disgusting thing they've ever seen. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know why I immediately thought of Queen Elizabeth not ever being seen in the sun. I'm like, this is like that vampire aspect.
Didn't we have a question on here at one point about them finding, it's something about them finding body parts in Buckingham Palace?
Yeah, that was me. That was one of my questions. Yeah, they found a human body parts in her
in
refrigerator,
the fridge
in Windsor,
or some shit. Yeah,
in Windsor Castle, one of the janitors or whoever found it.
That's what it was. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch Orville now. I haven't seen it in a while. Hey, Texas Q Patriot, thank you for the phone. You're never late here, man. Right? Always right on time. There's Alara. When I went to when I went to get her, she's texted me. I'm like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Like, always late. Yes. Yes, I
Right.
am.
It's funny. I actually started watching the Orville while we were at East City because it gets dark. After dinner, before Skywatch, we would just watch a show or a movie. And so James, they wanted to start the Orville, so we would watch an episode and then go outside after that. But I got hooked. I came home and
It's a good show. It's actually a good show. Yeah.
Yeah, I came home and started watching it, more of it. But I seriously, even though it's a comedy, there's still tons of disclosure. You just have to know what you're looking for.
Well, I mean, look at who did it, right? Who is that? What's his name? Seth MacFarlane, right?
Yeah,
like he knows some stuff.
Yeah, and he's almost got that type of Elon Musk mystery around him. Like what's his role in all this? You know,
man, do we know? Do we know? Right? Wish it wasn't canceled. I know, but it's still. I mean, it was good for the seasons they ran. Like I liked it. You know.
Yeah, it's good. I liked it. Done well.
I liked it. Yeah, well, I'm going to ask you, let me go over and see what's going on DLive. I haven't checked in on Team Tartaria for a minute. All right, I got a question for you. Let me see. What was the name of the ship that the Navy made with steel from the Twin Towers? I didn't even know they had done that, right? What was the name of the ship that the Navy made with the steel from the Twin Towers? Was it A, the USS Never Forget, B, the USS Pataki, C, the USS New York, or D, the USS Gordon, England? What is going on? Final answer, the USS Never Forget. Beware of tribbles. Hey, Humi, good to see you. Amethyst Cat, Sean Joe, Morning Flower, thank you for the diamond. Amy Joe, thank you for the diamond. Duppy, thank you for the ice cream. Much love to you guys over here. Team Tartaria, good to see you. Yeah, when I saw, I was like, I didn't even realize they had taken, of all the things, they took the steel from the Twin Towers, melted it down, right? So now where's the evidence, right? Melted it down and used it to create a ship.
Right.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that either. It was the USS New York.
Really?
Yes. Apparently, north of Grumman, naturally, in New Orleans in 2003, got the contract. It was under construction during Katrina, but they got 7.5 short tons of steel used in the ship's construction, came from the rubble of the World Trade Center. Right? They say it represents less than 1,000th of the total weight of the ship, but the steel they melted down at a foundry and used it to cast the ship's bow section. Right? Really? I mean, that's crazy. The foundry workers reportedly treated it with reverence usually accorded to religious relics, they say, gently touching it as they walked by, apparently.
You know, there's 9/11 memorials everywhere, like all throughout the United States. Like there's one 15 minutes from my house in the middle of this park. And I'm just like, why did they choose here? Like, it's the weirdest place. It's the weirdest place. I sat there one day and just looking around like, why here? It doesn't make any sense. Like, this should be in a downtown St. Louis, like for tourists, like in the middle of this park where tourists would never go. This big 9/11 memorial, they have steel from the building.
Right.
I wonder, like, if they specifically like choose like ley lines or something.
Probably.
Like
that'd be interesting to look and see where all the memorials are and where they sit with respect to the ley lines of the earth. I wonder. That'd be a good research project.
Yeah, and then if you connect all the dots, it'll say psych.
Right. Yeah. T. Luke on DLive says, "What about the steel from buildings?" Man, I don't know. Right? We'll never know. Thank you, Sean Joe, for the cookie, and thank you, DJD75, for the ship. Much love to you. Says great trivia night. Thank you. Thank you. We try, man. We try. Yeah, I couldn't believe they melted it down to make a damn ship. Like, who knew? Who knew?
Kind of ironic. It's funny.
Right? So it's on you, fam. It's on you.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah, your turn.
Mainstream science teaches us that oil is a fossil fuel, meaning that it's quite literally formed by the decomposition of fossils. An alternate hypothesis known as the abiotic oil theory, claims that oil is actually formed how? Let me reread that again since I butchered it. Mainstream science teaches us that oil is a fossil fuel, meaning that it's quite literally formed by the decomposition of fossils. An alternate hypothesis, I can't even say that word, hypothesis,
Yes.
known as the abiotic oil theory, claims that oil is actually formed how? By a natural process occurring within the Earth's crust and it's abundant worldwide. B, it's created by the decomposition of iridium, a rare element that's mainly found in asteroids. C, it's formed in another dimension. D, it's artificially created and financed by our tax dollars, creating a never-ending slave cycle.
Oh, never-ending slave cycles. Love it. A. Going with A. Thank you, Tesla Dove, for the cookie. Supernatural equals Bro, listen, I literally started rewatching Supernatural like 2 weeks ago. I figured it was October. I'm gonna rewatch
Is that old
Supernatural.
Channel 11 show or WB show or whatever?
Yeah, listen, the Winchesters
That
kick
Kendall
ass.
guy.
I am a super fan of
Right.
Supernatural. I can't help it. Let's see. I'm seeing lots of A's.
A's. I can't.
And nanothermite and nano iron spheres.
Hypothesis. Yeah, so A, a natural process occurring within the Earth's crust and it's abundant worldwide. B, it's created by the decomposition of iridium, a rare element. It's mainly found in asteroids. C, it's formed in another dimension. Or D, it's artificially created and financed by our tax dollars, creating a never-ending slave cycle. So we got A's across the board, it looks like. And that is the answer, yes.
Yeah, because they lie and say that there isn't enough. But conspiracy theorists would eventually believe.
First of all, if you think about it, it's actually a ridiculous theory. Like that it comes from the decomposition of fossils. Like the process, if you really think about that logically, like how many fossils it would take to create an abundant supply of oil for a planet and to invest money into that and rely on that for your infrastructure makes no sense unless you're trying to scam people.
Man, you know there's plenty of oil, man. Right. Thank you, Sean Joe, for the cookie.
Like there's a legit argument. It's like literally, it's all explained. It's a naturally
but you know process. That's how. But they do make a slave cycle by making you think there's not enough. You know.
Right. Exactly. Well, and that's where like the oil crisis,
OPEC and whatever.
But that's why all these pipelines and shit just kill me. I'm like, why? What a waste.
Right. We Are All Mats has been rewatching X-Files. That's another one that I like to periodically rewatch. Right. Matt Smith says Russia admits their wells keep refilling.
Right. Well, it's literally naturally occurring. I believe it. Like I don't know because I can't prove it. I'm not doing that type of work, but I just feel like in my gut, like this. There's no way.
Something doesn't seem right with the whole fossil explanation, right?
Right.
Yeah, buddy. They do come up with some lies now.
Right. Yeah, we all got dinosaurs in our cars, and
right.
This car is powered by T-Rex.
There you go. Little short arms, right? Okay, I got a question for you, sir. The secret society allegedly tasked with.
There was more. Go ahead. We'll talk about that.
Go ahead.
There was actually that. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. So another word that was on the floor of Denver Airport, is Beshditgai. I don't know how it's Beshditgai, whatever. It means in ancient Navajo, white metal. Okay, so white metal is iridium. Iridium is known as the white metal, and it's one of the rarest elements on Earth, found in asteroids, but its atomic number is 77. So you have these two words on the floor of the Denver airport. One is
weird.
The Tallow River, which has 3 reservoirs, and then you have the other one, Beshditgai, whatever, however you say it, means the white metal. And iridium is the white metal. Like, what is that? Like a recipe? Like, what's going on? I don't know. It's really weird.
Why are they? Yeah. And then why would they use Navajo words?
Exactly.
That's so weird.
Anyway,
that's so much weird about the Denver airport.
Oh man, too much. You walk around that place is a conspiracy
You
theory. If
talk
you
about not
want,
want to go to haunted houses. Like, I don't want to go to the Denver airport. I'm cool with the haunted houses, man.
I will
Like,
say
I
that
live in an actual haunted house. Like the Denver airport or
I
a
will
regular
say
fake haunted house is nothing.
I will say this. I last time I was there, I actually started getting sick. I like was feeling some negative energy. Like I'm like every time you leave East City, you're like wide open.
Right.
And like yeah, so I was like picking up on all this horrible stuff. I was like getting angry. I was like, I have to get out of this airport. Like it's not a place for an empath to be.
Right.
When I was there last time, I did not. It didn't feel so bad. Like almost like it had lightened up a little bit. Maybe things are being cleared
Yeah,
up.
and then you ended up in Newark.
Right. I don't
Who
know, but
knew?
um,
Crazy times, man. Crazy times. All right. Question for you. Right. The secret society allegedly tasked with protecting the descendants of Jesus is called what? Is it A, the Scarabaean Senior Society, B, the Priory of Sion, C, the Order of the Chalice, or D, the Sage and Chalice?
it's not the Jesuits.
Right?
Joke. Yeah, just Jesuit foot soldiers is what they call them. They're embedded in every major corporation on the planet, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So
Right.
what were the answers again?
A, the Scarabaean Senior Society, B, the Priory of Sion, C, the Order of the Chalice, and D, the Sage and Chalice.
I'm gonna go C just because I like the way it sounds.
The Order of the Chalice,
Yeah.
right? Let's see. I'm
People are
seeing
saying
B's and
C, yeah.
C's. We gotta go B's and C's on Foxhole. Let me go see what DLive talking about. B, C's, B's and C's. Thank you, EO2 Dave, for the can. Yeah, if you can, route around Denver for sure. Yeah, guys, it's actually B. It's the Priory of Sion. Do you remember? Like, it allegedly, this was something that was made up by a guy that was trying to earn his cred with secret societies back in the 50s, but it was really made famous by Dan Brown when he was in Da Vinci Code. And he was talking about how the chalice is actually, like, that's why I put the chalice stuff in there. The chalice was actually talking about Mary Magdalene's womb and it carried Jesus or whatever, but the Priory of Sion, and they might have been Jesuits. I don't remember. Does anybody remember in the books if he wrote them as Jesuits? I don't remember. They were definitely a Catholic order of some sort, but it was the
Right.
Priory of Sion. But it's crazy because even though people have tried to debunk the Priory like over and over and over again, there is a lot of good research to suggest that whether it was initially created as like a joke, that there are people that claim this that have actual pull. Like it may have turned into something, real. Thank you, Texas Q, for the can. I don't know, man. Now I kind of wonder, Holy Grail, Holy Blood, right? Something about the Rose Temple. Yeah, well, they were talking about that ended up being the Merovingians, right? That
Right.
allegedly, that the Merovingians were the descendants of Jesus, but they're also related to all the European royalty and whatever else, but that they were the descendants of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Right.
The holy water, the holy blood, the holy grail, the holy Bible. There's a lot of holes in that story.
Right.
That was purely a joke.
Stargate 1 talks about the Priory, do they? That's another show that I periodically rewatch. I watch all these old shows. Like I can't. I mean, there's like I finally watched Sweet Tooth on Netflix.
Oh yeah, the
I
hybrid thing.
I thought it was actually all right. Now everybody
Yeah.
is talking about freaking Squid Game, which now
I
there are
know.
some emerging conspiracy theories related to the messaging in that show, but I have yet to sit down and look at it yet.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I never heard of that one. Squid
What,
Game?
Squid Game? Apparently, a bunch of billionaire elites take poor, entrapped people that need to get out of debt, that were, sucked into some game, and they can play to win money, but they die if they lose.
Oh yeah, we've
Something
seen
like
that. There's
it
like a
sounds like
million
life,
movies.
but I don't know.
Yeah, there's a million movies like that, right?
Right?
The Condemned, they
Opus
all go
Dei. Yeah, that's the one, guys.
Opus Dei.
Yeah, they were well.
Opus
Their
Dei.
Opus Dei is a real thing. Like, they're super, like a super strict Catholic order, and they chastise themselves. Like, they punish themselves to try and purge themselves of sin. Like, that's a real thing, right?
You know what's crazy about the Catholic Church? And I've been doing some digging on this because I don't know why it fascinates me, but after World War II, what happened,
Right.
and so the Catholic Church it wasn't just some people involved, it was the entire organization that was aiding and embedding these Nazis out of Germany through Rome and Argentina. And they were going just right near the Vatican is the Red Cross building that you to this day is boarded up, and they will not let anybody in this building. Don't ask me why. It's the strangest thing. You are not allowed in for any reason whatsoever to enter this Red Cross building. But this is the building where verifiably they were giving the Nazis what they were calling Red Cross visas. It was
Yes.
a legitimate
Yep.
visa document with a false identity on it.
Yep.
They were giving the Nazis a new name so they can get in. They would have a visa, and that visa would get them into Argentina. And
Yep.
they had a plane system. They would literally fly these seaplanes as far as they can go, and then they had U-boats stationed all throughout the ocean until they got to Argentina. And they would have the seaplane would land at the U-boat, refuel, go to the next U-boat, refuel. And this is how they made their way to Argentina. Once they got to Argentina, there was a Catholic church that every single Nazi went through, apparently. And there's even a ledger, a book that literally proves this, and everybody's name is in it. And the Catholic Church baptized every Nazi, freeing them, ridding them of all of their Nazi sins so they can live out a new life in Argentina unpunished for everything that they've done.
Oh my
That's what
goodness.
happened.
Right? That's
This is
crazy.
crazy. And then it's literally
Well,
crazy.
I mean, they did sell oh, what were they called? Indulgences, plenary indulgences. Back in the day, the Catholic Church would sell what they called plenary indulgences, where you could literally pay the church, and they would, it bought you the good pass. You could clean yourself of your sins by donating to the church. Now, I will
Right.
say this: I was raised Catholic, right? I'm Italian. Clearly,
Me
I was
too.
raised Catholic.
Me too.
Uh, but we've seen there is a great division in the church right now, especially after all the shit that happened with the kids. Like, there was an article that came out the other day. What, like 300,000 kids in France over 30 years, or some? It was some crazy,
Mhm.
fantastical number of shadiness, right?
Right.
But we have people like my guy that I talk about all the time, Archbishop Vigano, that said, like, I mean, really kind of put it in terms like 17 type terms, that there was a battle between good and evil. It was light and dark going on. And I mean, like, Vigano wrote those letters in support of Trump, and was talking about the internal battle and struggle within the Catholic Church. And, like, he's been kind of considered an outcast. But then I don't, I mean, he still speaks. Like, he just recently put out a really long thing on the Rona. Like, he was one of the earliest people talking about how they were going to implement their plans because of the Rona. But it's crazy because then what do we see? We see Pelosi chumming it up with the fake Pope over there. Like, the church, like, I wish that the true church would make their presence known better. Like, the people that are not involved in all this shenanigans, right?
Sure, sure. Yeah, I mean, obviously not everyone involved.
Man,
There's people in the know, there's people that aren't, and
right.
you can't hold
For
everybody
sure.
accountable.
Wait, hold on.
Um,
White Hat, hello. Thank you for the can. Thank you, Shanjo, for the cookie. Thank you, GLP, for the cookie. Thank you, Rain, for the shades. Hey, I sent you a message. Yeah, and you're never late here, love. You're never late here. Just so you know, there is no late when it comes to foil. Like, just as long as you show up, I'm happy to see you.
so Friday Me says Born in Blood is a great history of the Templars and Catholic Church stuff. That's great. Search Born in Blood PDF. Oh, search Born in Blood PDF. So what's interesting is then you go down the Red Cross rabbit hole. Red Cross goes
Oh,
all the way. Red
man.
Cross,
Right.
first of all, red blood, and the Knights Templar cross is a red cross, not the typical cross, but it's a straight red
Right.
cross like the Red Cross uses. Like this stuff has been built by secret societies. The entire
It's
layout
crazy.
of the land. You know what I mean?
Well, do you remember all the crazy Red Cross shenanigans in Haiti
Yeah,
with the
maybe.
Clintons and such? Like,
I don't know if I
there's
know much about
weirdness
that.
abounds. Weirdness
Right.
abounds with this shit, man. Thanks, Jessica Light Warrior. Love this show. Yes, right answer. Um,
Is it
Miss
my turn?
Liz says Vegano is fire. Yes, Vegano is the truth, man. If you are not familiar, I think I've done some videos on him. They were earlier where I talked about he came out and he said, and it's crazy because he was talking about, you guys think that they're pushing this Rona 19 stuff. Wait till they come with the Rona 21. And what happens in 21? They come with the Delta variant, right? And everything just got amplified. Like, he was dead on with that. Like, dude is
Right.
saying some truths for sure. Soothsaying.
I just got added to a Telegram group and now my phone's blowing up. I gotta mute it. Hang on.
No worries. No worries.
Mute forever. It's my favorite option.
Right?
Damn, what was I gonna say?
And yeah, Frightening Me. Listen, Frightening Me is on got some information, so I'm gonna check that out for sure. That Born in Blood stuff, right?
Yeah, that's.
Whose turn is it? My turn or your turn?
I think it's mine.
Your turn. Yes.
This is my last question. And this is just a fun question. According to ET researcher and author Greg Campobasso, I guess
Okay.
that's how you say his last name. According to ET researcher and author Greg Campobasso, vegan is not just a diet here on Earth, but is also the name of an alien race residing in what star system?
Ooh.
A, the Pleiades, B, Orion, C, Andromeda, or D, Lyra?
I'm gonna go with Andromeda.
The
Right.
Andromedans. I'm curious to see what kind of
Right.
guesses people have.
I have no idea. Thank you, Life of Brian, for the shades. Much love to you. Much love to you. Yeah. Well, speaking of vegans, right? Like, when we had to stop at Whole Foods, Alara was just ecstatic. I'm in here, like, they have, and for those of you that shop there, more power to you. But I mean, like, little things of soup for like $8.
Oh yeah.
Like, just
It's insane.
the craziest pricing I've ever. No wonder people eat processed shenanigans.
It's 100% true. There's a Fresh Time Farmers Market here where you can eat the health. It's the best place to shop locally. That is our best option, right? And you can't. It's so ridiculously expensive to eat healthy. That's why people go get a 99-cent cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Right.
Right.
And then it's got to be even worse with Bidenflation, man.
Bidenflation.
Yeah, I mean, with the Bidenflation, it's like the prices have to be even worse. But
Well,
I
like
can't even imagine.
Restaurants around me literally have signs. Prices raised, prices increased, blah blah blah, whatever.
That's crazy, dude. Redfish says, gifted the cookie. Thank you. Says we should rename quiz night. How woo are you? How woo are you? Right. Thanks, EO2 Dave, for the can. Cool Netflix space series. Dark Matter. I love Dark Matter. By the way, good show. I was so bummed when they didn't do a season 5. I know. That was a good one. I'm a big fan of The Expanse. If you have not watched The Expanse, I don't know what you're doing with your life. They're about to do their final season here in a minute. Okay, now I'm done.
I haven't watched any of those.
Oh my God, Tyler. What?
I typically don't watch shows, but he said he got me hooked on the Orville. So
listen, you would love The Expanse. It's not like a chintzy space show. Like, this is like, you would love it. It is like a space opera. I don't know how else to explain it. It's fantastic.
I have fear. There's got to be a phobia for this. I have a fear of commitment to TV series.
They end.
I don't want. They consume my life. Like,
I know.
The last time I got consumed like that was when whatever year it was, when I binge watched Lost.
Right.
And
it does happen. Like,
right. I was like at work. I'm literally in construction. I'm at work. I'm like, I'm hearing like beeping at the job site, and I'm thinking about the beeping on the show. I'm like, oh my God, I got to go home and watch Lost. It consumed my life. I'm watching 4 or 5 episodes a night. I'm not sleeping.
Yes,
I'm like, one more episode. I'm like,
I I do the
I'm like,
same thing.
this show is literally defying physics right now because my body is shutting down, but I can't sleep because all I can think about is the
I
show.
do the same thing. I can't, but I sit here. I don't know how many hours a day working. Like I have something up on one of my monitors and I watch, and then I work on my other one. Like just, so I get stuck in shows. But I do the same thing. I try to go to bed and I have to take it into the room with me and hit play on the TV, and just I'm stuck. Like,
The answer is Lyra.
I was
A
wrong.
vegan is a Lyran alien, a Lyran
Ooh,
starving.
aren't those the cat ones?
No, this apparently, according to the drawing, it looks very human.
Oh, I don't know why I thought that. Where are the cat-like aliens from? Oh,
Lyran,
is that right?
Lyra. Well, there's like a million. Like it's not just one planet
Right.
in the
Well,
solar
yeah.
system.
Fair
you know.
enough. Fair enough. They all look the same, man. Right? That was well, I guess I don't know if that'd be racist or speciest or what.
It's racist. It's a race.
Right? It's a race.
Yeah.
What others
I
besides
made
Expanse?
I made a meme one time, a Joe Biden meme. I forgot about it. It was hilarious at the time. Something about being or somebody called Joe Biden a racist, and he said, "I'm not racist. I've never ran a race in my life," or something like that. I forgot what it was. It was stupid, but
Right. Cheshire aliens. Yeah, that's what I thought in my head. Wait, what's frightening? What are you talking about frightening me? Mystery Babylon Part 1 from the YouTube channel, Occult Agenda. They have the rest there. Sorry for the Oh, okay. What did I do, Tiffany? How dare I? How dare you? Right? There you go, Tyler. Get up and stretch it out. All right, which company, which is itself often the focus of conspiracy theories, right, built an algorithm to help detect conspiracy theories online? Is it A, AOL, B, Halliburton, C, Rand Corp, or D, Evergreen?
Evergreen's a shipping container that traffics children. I'm gonna go with Evergreen.
Right? Which company, which is itself often the focus of conspiracy theories, built an algorithm to help detect conspiracy theories online? Right? And was it A, AOL, B, Halliburton, C, Rand Corp, or D, Evergreen? See what the peeps think. Yeah, 'cause this is actually crazy. All right. Salvatore says B. Oh, Arcturian Poontang. Right? The Poontang. What up, PJ Zwierink? Good to see ya. Let me see what DLive's doing. Let's see, they're saying C, D. Duppy says Rand.
Where is Laura? Why didn't she come say hi?
She did. She come in earlier, and then I can only assume one of my nieces was pounding on the door. I had to send her to go get the door. I really have her tied up in the basement. It's fine. This is fine. Golden Chris says all of them, actually.
Somebody just called me Kiwala. That's a new one.
Kiwala.
Frightening me.
Right.
How have I never heard that one?
Kiwala. I like that.
My whole life I was koala bear.
Right.
Everybody. But
the answer is Rand Corp. Good call. Yeah. So apparently they were working. This is so crazy. I have a lot here to say on this, right? The research was sponsored by Google's Jigsaw unit. Like all I can see in my head now is
the movie Saw.
Yeah, Jigsaw, right? Google's Jigsaw unit, and conducted within the International Security and Defense Policy Center of the RAND National Security Research Division. They say that conspiracy theories circulated online via social media contribute to a shift in public discourse away from facts and analysis, and they can contribute to direct public harm. And as part of the Jigsaw unit and their efforts to create a safer world, right, RAND's researchers conducted a modeling effort to improve machine learning technology for detecting conspiracy theory language. They developed some kind of a hybrid model using linguistic and rhetorical theory to boost performance. They also synthesized existing research on conspiracy theories, obviously, but they also gave some tips on what you should do online if you run into a conspiracy theorist. This is my favorite part, right? So guys, if you
I
run
can't wait
into
to hear
these
it.
crazy tinfoil hatters, what I need you to do is engage with them transparently and empathetically. Be empathetic to the conspiracists, okay, guys? I need you to correct conspiracy related false news. You need to engage with moderate members of conspiracy groups and then just subtly address their fears and their fear of existential threats, guys. Okay, so just be empathetic when you run into these weirdo conspiracy theorists.
Clearly,
And
the person who wrote this has never had a run-in with a conspiracy theorist.
I was like, who thought that was a good idea, right? Good
Subtly,
luck
yeah,
with that.
yeah.
Can you
Subtly
imagine?
let them know that they're crazy.
Yeah, right. Just and make sure you correct their
Right.
conspiracy related false news with the true news, guys. Make sure
Oh,
you got.
honey,
Yeah.
it's okay. You'll learn one
Yeah,
day.
oh,
You'll
we
figure it
we
out.
all thought that the aliens were real at one point, guys. It's okay. I understand your feelings, right? Oh my gosh. Like, come on now. Google's jigsaw unit. Like, hey, listen. Google's jigsaw can take that shit somewhere else. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's
Notice
crazy, though.
that clown has little spirals too on his.
Yeah, buddy.
Man,
Yeah,
that movie freaked me out when it came out years ago.
right? Uh,
So,
EO2 Dave, thanks for the cookie. Thanks, Foil. I just found out I have Prime. I wonder how long I've been paying for that. Funny how that works, right? It's
oh
I
yeah,
am an Amazon Prime addict. I can't say anything, but
you know, you know how to figure out what you're paying for? Let your card expire, and
you'll get a million emails like you need to update
yep.
your
And I'm like, what? I was
payment
paying
methods,
$2 a month to this app I didn't even know about. Like, it's weird how that shit works, man.
buddy,
Like
right?
they nickel and dime the shit out of you.
Hell yeah. It's the worst.
I'm out of questions, so
Oh, I got you. I got you. Here, we'll do it's already 9:26. We'll do a couple. Let me find one that I like. Here. Okay. All right, here's a new one. The leaked Pandora Papers, which have laid bare the details about the tax dodging and wealth hoarding habits of the global elite, including former and sitting world leaders, was suggested by Jacobin Magazine to be what? A leak by Mossad, B, a leak by the Russians, C, a leak by the CIA, or D, a leak by the Chinese.
you
So,
have to read that question again. That was
all right.
yeah.
The leaked Pandora Papers, which if you guys have not yet gone, there are, I think, 11.5 million files. If you have not gone to look into this stuff, it is wild, right?
Just 11.5 million. Everybody should have time
Yeah,
for
I
that.
mean, we've all got time for that. But the leaked Pandora Papers, which have laid bare the details about the tax dodging and wealth hoarding habits of the global elite, including some former and sitting world leaders, was suggested by Jacobin Magazine to be leaked by whom? Was it a leak by Mossad, a leak by the Russians, a leak by the CIA, or a leak by the Chinese? I see you platform hopping rain. Right? Redfish says always blame the Russians.
Hmm.
Let's see what do you think, Tylena? Are you familiar with this? The Pandora
Not,
Papers?
I
Oh,
mean, not totally.
bruh.
And I don't know the answer.
I will tell you
CIA.
this. My own conspiracy theory on this, okay? Because I come up with conspiracy. It seems awfully freaking funny to me that would you say the CIA?
Yeah.
Let's see. I see Mossad, Russians, right? Jacobin Magazine thinks that it was the CIA. And I think I tend to agree. And I'm going to say I think it is awfully freaking funny that right at the time that they're trying to push the Build Back Better agenda, right? They're going to tax the rich. They got to pay their fair share while they're worried about our $600 transactions, right? That these papers come out trying to make these elites look like, which they are probably horrendous people, whatever. But I mean, exposing them and how they hide their wealth at the same time that they're trying to push this shit that's supposed to tax the rich, right? Seems shady to me. But Jacobin Magazine says what's striking, besides the rampant tax dodging and financial corruption, the leak has exposed among the world elite is that there are no public vows from Washington to uncover the identity of the whistleblowers. Nobody's calling disinformation. Like there's not even any speculation about what the motives behind the leaks are. Like all of this private financial information comes out about these rich people, and nobody in Washington has anything to say about it. Now, any other time,
Right. That's weird. There's no
right?
there's no backlash or anything.
Nothing. Any other time, and I mean, the King of Jordan, like there are some really wealthy people in here, and it goes to how they hide their money, the types of things they buy, the financial structures that they set up, how much they pay in taxes, where, what, their tax havens, like, and it's funny because the reporters, like, there's a group of reporters that have been going through these 11 million pages, but Thumper Rosa, same for the Panama Papers. Odd, right? But so these journalists that are going through these papers, they keep making the point that although none of this stuff is technically illegal, right? They put that in there. It's not technically illegal. Like it looks super shady, guys, but it's not technically illegal, right? So I mean, you're lightweight defending the shit. It just I don't know. It blows my mind, man. But yeah, the Pandora
They're,
Papers.
they're above the law. They don't even.
Above.
They probably read it and laughed. They're like, it doesn't matter. You can
Man, they don't give. Yeah, right.
you can leak all this information.
They
and we're
got
still
fuck
not
you
gonna
money, dude. Right?
Exactly.
Like,
Well, that's like the royal family. I forgot. I've been racking my brain over this. There's an actual law into effect from like Roman times. I forgot what it was when people literally like owned castles and stuff.
right.
But it applies to the royal family. The royal bloodline they're on a different system of law than us. So if you are tried or you're accused of something, you don't get punished in a typical manner. By law, I forgot, I cannot think of the name of the law. It drives me crazy, but they can take a piece of your property as collateral. Basically, if you own a castle, they can like confiscate your castle and give it to the person who you wronged. Or if you own like a bunch of, let's say, artwork or religious relics or ancient
Right.
whatever, they can just go in and take a relic, take a piece of art, and then that's your punishment. They literally like go into your home and go shopping, and they take what they want. And then you think about all of these relics that have been stolen that the Smithsonian hides, all these ancient artifacts and all this artwork and all that stuff. And it just makes you wonder, like, did they just have all this stuff as backup so they can't get punished?
Man.
They're just like, oh yeah, go ahead and pick
Like,
a piece of art.
right? Yeah, we took your kid, but
Here's
a painting for you.
It's a literal law that still applies to this bloodline, and I cannot think of the name of it.
Well,
it's not maritime law. It's and I don't even remember where I heard it. It's just one of these things I read about one time. I heard about it, and I don't remember what it is.
Man. Funny how that works. I do that all the time. Like I will try to I know I've seen something and I'm like, man, I got to remember where I saw that.
Right. Like I know I saw that picture from the Denver airport on my photos.
That's crazy, right? Well, I've had some phone shenanigans too. Guys, I put the lemons out on DLive. I am releasing the scratch-in. Thank you for your gold pill donations, guys. Definitely helps to keep the lights on around here. I love you guys, truly. Yeah. So what you got coming up this week? Can you tell us, or is it super secret, Tylena?
It's
Kiwala.
It's super secret because I don't even know yet.
Look at that. Funny how that works, right?
Yeah.
We're not really close to the secret space conference, but I am hyped about it. And now I've got Alara here. We're going to make a road trip of it. It's going to be great fun. We'll be there. You guys should start saving up. Get your tickets, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'm excited. We're going to go squatching, man. I'm sure there'll be some Tyler ass grabbing going on. Like, who knows, man? Who knows?
There are hiking trails. I've never hiked any of them in that area, actually. I've never even been there at night. I've only been to this place during the day one time. So it'll be interesting. I'm excited.
Right. You guys go to secretspaceconference.info.
Correct.
Right. To get all your information.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
once it gets closer, we're really gonna push it. You know, I have
Yeah, I just feel like we
promo
should
videos and stuff.
mention it every
Oh, I know.
year and
No, I know,
again.
but I know how it is, especially right now with like. Listen, if I saw a conference for next May and I'm looking at what's going on with the airlines and everything right now, I'd be like, I'll wait. I'm not gonna buy anything yet
Man,
until, you know, I get if people wanna, and some people are driving, so it's not gonna be an issue. But
right. Oh,
um,
I don't know that I'll be getting on any planes anytime soon for sure.
right, I'm supposed to go to Florida in December, and I'm just like, man,
Right.
if there's an airline left, I might be driving. You know.
Right, for sure. Well, Tuesday at 9, I am back and I will have on Natalie Denise with
Oh,
me. We
awesome.
will be chatted up. Yeah, I miss Natalie. That's my girl.
Man,
Um,
she is on top of the border right now. She is all over.
well,
I
that's her
follow.
thing, you know,
She's one of the channels I follow because she's like boots on the ground reports from
all
the
the
border.
time.
Yeah, so it's
Hmm.
like straight up, like from the horse's mouth
Yep.
information. I like that
That
about her.
and she runs the daily traffic where she does like updates on
Yeah.
trafficking
Hmm.
and shit. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
yeah, and it's just like, how does not nobody see this? You know, it's
Hmm.
crazy.
So she is going to be hanging out with me Tuesday at 9, and then I think I'm not 100% on Space Force News yet, guys. I don't know if we're going to be back this coming Friday. We are working on setting up Alara's command center. As a matter of fact, I got to go help her with that when I get off of here. But yeah, we should be back here soon, so we are looking forward to that. Thank you to everybody that looked out for her on the way here. We love you. Um, what else? I think that's it. Yeah, guys. Until next time, right?
Until next time, keep it squatchy.
Keep it squatchy, yo. Right?
Yo.
Yo. Right? Let's go, Brandon. Fuck Joe Biden. Apparently, the dude that did that song, Losa, like, I love his music, but he was super psyched. Like, his shit is now #1 on iTunes or something. Like, that just shows you the reach that has, right? That message has.
That's
Like,
#1 on iTunes.
yeah, well, it passed. I think that he made a post on YouTube about it.
That's amazing.
Isn't it great? Oh, thank you, Miss Liz, for the super chat. I see ya. Great show. Thank you, love.
The world has got to wake up at some.
Oh, they're waking up. Man, they are. Wake up. Ain't nobody got time to be waiting for y'all. Got shit going on. Got shit going on. Did I forget anything? Thank you, mods. Much love to the mod squad. I think I got everything today. I even remembered to release the lemons in the scratch, and look at that. Winning.
Are we off? Are we still live?
No, we're still live. We're going
Still a
off
hot
now,
mic?
right?